Hi everyone, welcome to Rachel Pichler Yoga. If we haven't met before, my name is Rachel. Today we're doing a nice foot focused class. I'm going to use or just have 2 blocks close by. Feel free to do the same, but you are going to need just a little bit of space to move, and let's get started. So let's begin today in a nice lovely toe squat. So you can come over onto your hands and knees. I like to bring my feet together, my knees together, but you can definitely have some space between them. Tucking all of your toes under to lengthen through the bottom of all of your toes. Don't forget the baby toe if it gets left behind. You can take some weight into your hands here. Maybe your hands are on your mat. Maybe they're on a couple blocks, or maybe you're able to sit back on your heels, put all of your body weight on your feet, and soften your shoulders at the same time. So I encourage you to close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath in. How do your feet, how do your toes feel in this very moment? There are a lucky few that don't feel this stretch. I am not one of those people. Or maybe we are the lucky ones that do get to feel this intense sensation through each and every toe, through our feet. Awesome job, you guys. Bring your hands down. If you were lifted up there, you can untuck your toes. Just give your feet a little smack, a little shake out. And then we're going to sit back on our heels. So resting on the top of our feet, sitting back on your heels. If you do have some blocks to use, you may have them close by, or again, just placing your hands on your mat. But we're going to lean back a little bit here to see if we can lift the knees slightly. Maybe one knee lifts at a time, maybe both can lift together, but feeling the love through the top of the ankles, the top of the feet. And then maybe you don't have to hang on to anything again. Your hands might rest in your lap, softening through your shoulders. Feeling your breath. That awesome feeling throughout your ankles, throughout your feet. Nice work, you guys. Bring your knees down if they're lifted. Come off of your heels so that you can give your ankles a nice little shake. And then we're going to be crossing our feet. So you can take one foot, rest it on top of the other, right in the arch of your foot. You can sit back on your heels or take some weight in your hands again. Maybe this can be a nice, intense stretch, massage on the arch of your foot. Maybe you don't need to hang on to anything. Your hands again may rest in your lap as you soften through your shoulders. And then we can start to lift back up. Lift your hips off of your heels and just switch sides when you're ready. I love this one. Bring the bony part of the top of your foot into the arch of the other foot and find that sweet spot. You might not get that sweet spot right at the start. You might have to scooch around a little bit, adjust a little bit. And then breathe once you've found it. Stay for another breath or two. And then you can start to come back. Lift up off of your heels. If you need to shake out your ankles a little bit, go for it. And then for this next one, we're going to try to be on the tops of our toes now. So kind of the opposite of our toe squat. I'm going to use my blocks here. You can have your hands on your mat though. So you're just going to be bringing your left knee into your chest a bit and trying to rest on the top of your toes. So the higher your upper body is lifted, you may be way up here, maybe holding onto a wall, the more you might be able to get onto the top of the toes. But maybe you're able to have your hands on your mat or on some blocks and just resting on the top of the toes. Then from here, you may also notice the ankle kind of coming forward just slightly. See how those toes feel. The pressure of the floor on your toes might be the massage in and of itself. Nice, you guys. Let's let that go. And then switch sides. So trying to rest on the top of those toes. Maybe your big toe is the lucky one because the other ones just don't get there. Just give it a try. Hold on to stuff so that you're balanced. And then maybe think about the ankle as well. Sending the ankle forwards just a little bit. Nice work, you guys. So you can let that go for a moment. We're just going to have a little extra fun and do both feet at the same time if you want to. Or you could sit on your heels, lift your knees again. Or you could do one side at a time, one more time. But just really quick here, I want you guys to have a little bit of fun here by trying to come onto both of the tops of your toes of your feet. So you might be pretty high. You can kind of play with this. You might straighten your legs for a moment. Rest on the top of those toes. How does that feel? Pretty good. You can lower your hips. Think about sending the ankles forwards again, like Lalasana, but trying to stretch the toes instead of strengthen the core. And then you can slowly come back down. Nice job, you guys. So shake out your toes a little bit if you need. We're going to cross our ankles and have a seat. So perhaps move your blocks off to the side. Send your right leg out long and your left foot. So we're going to try to bring our foot on top of our quad somewhere so that we can stretch the outer edge of our ankle. So you're just kind of turning your foot a little bit, using your leg as support to try to stretch the outer edge of your ankle. So your foot may come as close to the hip crease as you're able to get it, or it might be further closer to your knee. Just trying to get that outer ankle stretch wherever your foot needs to be placed. Maybe you just hold your foot in your hand and just kind of angle the bottom of your foot up a little bit. You might also take a tip forward, so. Nicely done, you guys. If you're tipping forward, slowly come back up. We're just going to be switching sides. So send your left leg out, bring your right foot. Again, just kind of resting the edge of your foot on top of your leg just to support it. Again, trying to stretch that outer ankle. Maybe move your foot a little closer to your hip crease as we stay here. Maybe hold your foot in your hand. Maybe take a forward fold if you want more. Getting an inhale, bring you back up. If you are folding forwards, you can just uncross your legs there for a second. Shake it out a little bit. So we're gonna set up half lotus now, or cross-legged. You can sit cross-legged, or you can set up half lotus, bringing one foot, the foot of your choice, up towards your hip crease again. If you want full lotus, you can bring your other foot up as well. So just taking an inhale to lengthen through your spine. Maybe adding a nice tip forwards just to see how it feels. Maybe if you want to play around today, why not play around? If you've got some blocks, they're there for support always. You might start to float your legs. You might hold on to your blocks. Maybe you got to move them a little bit. Maybe you can float. A lot of floating today. Nice work, you guys. Hopefully you're still getting the ankle stretch. You can slowly start to release. You can uncross your legs. You can cross them the other way when you're ready to do so. Just bring your other legs or your other foot in front, or your other leg in front if you're crossing your legs. If you're doing half lotus, switch sides, bring your other foot up. And if you're doing full lotus, add your second leg, your second foot. Maybe taking a tip forwards. That usually is a really awesome ankle stretch. And maybe having some extra fun and trying to float and keeping that ankle stretch. Nicely done, you guys. We're gonna slowly come back. We're gonna uncross our legs and shake it out just a little bit. How are those ankles feeling? Awesome work. So we're gonna lay down now. And if you happen to have a block or blocks, we're gonna be maybe sliding our block underneath our low back to lift the hips, so that we can rest on the top of our toes one more time. So doing that toe curl again is a little easier to do the higher your hips are. So if you need to lift your hips, you can. If you're on your block and you're like, I probably don't need my block, you can take it out. We're just trying to rest and curl the top of the toes again. Just stretch them. The top of the feet seems like such a weird place in our body to stretch, to give love to, when it's not an actual foot massage. Nice work, you guys. Untuck or uncurl those toes, plant your feet. If you have a block under your hips, you can take it out. Move it to the side, maybe hug your knees in towards your chest, a little rock side to side if you'd like. And then you can rock all the way up to seated, or stay laying on your back. That is it. That is all that I have for you today. I hope that it was a little bit of fun and a really awesome foot stretch for you. So enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for joining me. And until next time, namaste.